Okay, hi. Welcome to Quality of Life Now Sunday lesson. I'm Kurt Klinzing. What we're doing this Sunday is it's spring. Last week, in the spring, you focus on different organs of your body. You focus on the liver and the gallbladder, and you try to make it. They cleanse your blood. We also try to get rid of the negative energy associated with the liver, which is anger. So we did a bunch of movements last week for the liver and the gallbladder. Now the other part is during the winter, we worked on our bone density by holding positions, tapping bones. And so now we have strong bones after doing that for 10 weeks. So it's spring. And what we do during the spring is, aside from the gallbladder and the liver, we work on our connective tissue. We try to strengthen that, get it stretched out, moistened, because during the summer, we're going to work on the muscles and we don't want to tear anything. We don't want to, so what we're doing today is we're going to do stretches, which are stretching the connective tissue. That also opens up the meridians and the fascia, moistens them, and allows wood energy to flow. The meridians are in our legs. It's our gallbladder meridian and our liver meridian. So here we go. We're going to do a form that's called 8 brocades, which is 8 different exercises that kind of focus on different parts of your body, but there's a lot of stretching in them. The only other thing I wanted to say is sometimes we're going to be stretching toward your legs, the ground. So if you have any kind of heart issues, any high blood pressure issues, when we go to bend over, just stop at your knees rather than reaching further down, because you want to keep your head above your sternum. Otherwise, when you come up quickly, you can get dizzy. All right, and we're going to do each movement for 2 minutes. You probably can't hear it. I have a little timer here that'll start, and there'll just be a few seconds of, hopefully, of explaining the movement, and I'll explain some as we go through. And on our website, qolnow.com, or our YouTube channel, which is YouTube/@QOLNow, there's entire lessons that are much longer that just explain, some of them just explain the individual movements. And so if you want to find out more about 8 brocades, it's also called 3 hearts, 9 gates. Your 3 hearts, your heart, your abdomen, and your calves. The 9 gates are hip, knee, ankle, shoulder, elbow, and wrist, and upper, lower, and middle back. So we're stretching, moving all those things with this. All right, I'm going to actually have us do some movements now. So, but first, when we start, before we do the form, we pull down the heavens, because it's summer. We're going to do spring. We're going to do a little more dynamic, because we're going to open your hands as much as you can. You're going to reach back, open everything up, look at your back finger, and then you're going to turn, look at now the other finger's back, so turn your head, look at that middle finger, and then as you breathe out, you come down. So we're going to do breathe in, really stretch. We're doing stretching today. Look at the back finger, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out. We're going to do 3 more, but now we're going to start on the other side. Breathe in, turn the other way. Breathe out. Breathe in, open those hands as wide as you can. Reach with the middle finger. Turn your neck to watch. Breathe out. 1 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. And we're going to do one more thing before we begin. There's something called shake the 9 gates. This is just to loosen up your body. Remember the 9 gates: hip, knee, ankle, shoulder, elbow, and wrist. Well, you want to get those. They're called gates because they can get closed, and that stops energy from flowing through your body. So right now, before you start, you just want to open everything up so the other movements are more effective. Just shake, lifting your shoulders, dropping down, and then being relaxed. Move your hips up and down slightly. You just want your whole body lifted up, and then you're kind of dropping it. Look around. Just loosen everything up. Okay, then bring your hands up and then throw the energy out. What I want you to do is just put your hands in front of your navel, relax your shoulders. We're just going to take 3 breaths, just kind of feel the state of your body now. Breathe in. Just try to become aware of your body. Breathe out. Feel where the energy is, feel where you feel tight. Breathe in. Breathe out. You're breathing with your abdomen. One of the most important things is just to keep your shoulders relaxed. That stops energy and blood from going to your head, or else energy can get stuck in your head, and then you get what's called a monkey mind because you start thinking about too many things. Okay, here we go. Now the first one is called 2 hands press the heavens. So you're taking your hands, you're meshing them together. You're breathing in, you're pressing the heaven. You can go up if you can. If you're worried about your balance, you don't have to go up on your toes, but as you press the heavens, you can stretch all the way through, and then you're going to come back as you breathe out. Then breathe in, and then as you breathe out, what you can do is you're going to lean to the side. You want to keep your hands over the center of your head, so you don't want to be doing this. You want to be using the weight of your hands to press, and you're not twisting your shoulders. Your shoulders are up against the wall behind you, as if you can. You don't have shoulder problems. You want your hand and your elbows on the wall behind you too. Then breathe in. Then we breathe out. We're going to lean the other way. Relax into it. Just really feel the stretch. Should be you're squeezing the organs on one side, releasing them on the other so fluids can get in. We're stretching the meridian and then on the outside. And you come back and breathe in, press up. And now what you're going to do is you're going to, as you breathe out, you're going to turn and look over your shoulder. Once again, you come to the center, breathe in, go up on your toes, and as you breathe out, you turn, look over your shoulder. So this is twisting, where you're not twisting your hips. Your hips are staying in place. They're a mountain. We're twisting our waist, so that is like squeezing, wringing out our internal organs. And then breathe out. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Sorry, I started turning there, threw you off. Breathe in, stretch everything, and then breathe out, twist, wring out your internal organs. Breathe in, up, reach, breathe out. And now I forgot to mention this the last time. Now you're going to breathe in again. You're going to look behind, your eyes go up, and then as you breathe out, your hands can float down. You're going to breathe in. Gives your shoulders a little chance to relax there. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. You want to really feel the stretch on the outside. Breathe in. Breathe out. Turn, look over your shoulders. Back to the center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back to the center. Breathe in. Lean back. Stretch the front of your neck. And then breathe out. Just let your arms float down. Okay, so we'll do one more set. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look over your shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then breathe in. Look back. Breathe out. So if you have shoulder problems, you can do these, but you don't have to. You can press forward. I should have mentioned this before we did it. And you have to modify any of the movements for if you have a particular kind of body problems. Okay, the next one is for your neck. We want to open up our neck. That's very important because you relax your neck. You want to open up the veins and let the oxygen and chi and blood get to your brain, and that also allows any waste in your brains to get out and go back and flushes out any waste material. So what we're going to do is one hand's going to go behind your back on your kidney. The other hand's going to come up, and you're going to put it on your ear. And what you're going to do is you're going to turn. So if your right hand is up, you can, I'm mirroring you, so my left hand's up. So if your right hand's up, you turn to the left. And then the other thing you do is you open, you're not cranking your neck. You want to be careful not to hurt your neck, but you want to open everything up. So what you do is you pull your elbow back, that kind of pushes out your chest. Then you breathe in. Now you switch sides. You look away. Breathe out. Then turn. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe in when we're expanding. So breathe in, pull your elbow back and look. And then breathe out. Your hands float down. You switch. One hand's on your back. Breathe in, turn your neck. You want to use your eyes to focus on a point over there, because when you do Qigong, you're also using your brain, and the way you connect and activate your brain is through your eyes. So you're often picking points. Breathe in, expand, pull your elbow back. Breathe out. So reach up, touch your ear, turn your neck, pull your elbow back, and then pick a point to really focus on for a second. So breathe out. We'll just do a few of these for a minute or two. Breathe in. Breathe out. Switch. Breathe in. So you're trying to open everything up without forcing your neck to turn. You don't want to hurt. Be very careful. Don't want to hurt your neck. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, we're actually going to do one more variant of this, which is you're going to switch. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to turn away from the elbow that's up, and you're going to look behind you. So you're going to twist your upper body. Once again, you're not turning your hips. You're turning your waist, which is wringing out any waste out of our internal organs. You're going to look behind you, and you're going to pull your neck back. So I'm going to be this way. So as we breathe in, you turn, look back, and you pull. Once again, you pull back your elbow, and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. I'm going to do one more each side. Breathe in, turn, look behind you. Remember, focus on a point there, so you're engaging your mind and your eyes. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And Chinese have names for everything. So this one where you're just turning, that's king draws his sword, is like you're reaching behind to draw your sword. And the other one is when you turn, that's called wise owl turn turns its head, in case that comes up in conversation sometime. Okay, so the next one, sorry, I'm just going to restart the music here, the music that you're not hearing. Okay, so the next one is splitting heaven and the earth. You've got a ball of energy, going to turn it over. So usually we don't use a lot of force to do that, but today, since we're focusing on stretching, you turn it over. You're pulling your hands back, so they're at right angles because we're trying to engage, we're trying to stretch the tendons of the hand. So they're at right angles. The hand that's at the bottom is pushing down, but it's pointing forward. The hand that's pressing the heavens, this is splitting heaven and earth. The one that's pressing the heavens, it's flat, you're reaching up, and you're going to turn and you're going to look at the upper one. You're pushing the palms up. You're trying to palm the sky and palm the earth. Then you're going to come back, turn over the ball of energy, going to reach up. And since we're pushing a little bit, yeah, your shoulders are turning. Your shoulders aren't staying straight. They're stretching because today we're really trying to like stretch out. We're trying to feel it along. Remember, feel it stretching on the outside, your gallbladder and your liver. Breathe in. Stretch. Breathe out. So now we're going to turn over. We're going to breathe in when we stretch. Breathe out. Turn over. So you should be, when you're doing this, you should be breathing with your abdomen. So it means your belly button's going out. You don't want to be breathing with your chest. We're trying to expand the lungs a bit more, and that also massages your internal organs. You're looking up, so remember you want to really focus on a point that you're looking up at. So breathe in. Breathe out. Come down. Turn over. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just when we're stretching, we're using a bit of energy and force to get a little bit more stretch, but as soon as we come down, our whole body should be as relaxed as possible. There should be no tension anywhere in our body. So we extend our body and then we relax everything. Just let the energy and blood flow through. We'll do one more each side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, the first four are stretching our upper body, but also a bit of our lower body. So the next one, I do this one like it. So it's called gather the sun, depress the earth. So first we gather the sun. So your hands are coming up. They're making a big circle. You're arching your back slightly. Your hands are coming down. They're crossing. And then as you breathe out, your hands rub, your arms rub underneath your floating ribs. That's liver 14. That's the end of the liver meridian. So we're trying to activate the liver energy. And your hands come around onto your kidneys. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to breathe in. You're going to pull your elbows back and you're going to look about at the floor, but about 10 feet in front of you. And you keep your back slightly arched here. So we're breathing in, and then as we breathe out, our hands run down the back and sides of our legs. Okay, so remember, if you have any kind of blood pressure issue, stop at your knees, keep your head above your sternum. Otherwise, you can reach all the way down toward the floor. Now we're just going to hang very loose. We want to breathe in with our abdomen. We want to fill our body cavity because we're trying to feel our vertebrae separate as we relax. Just let everything stretch. Now you're going to bend your knees. Hands are going to come up, and you're going to come up slowly. Unroll your back. You want to come up slowly so you don't get dizzy. Your hands come up to that point, the liver 14. So we were activating the liver, and then we come to the end of its meridian, and then we finish breathing out. So we're here. So we're going to gather the sun, breathe in. You have your shoulder blades together, your hands crossed, your collarbones are together. Come back, scrub liver 14, put your hands on your kidneys, breathe in, arch your back, and then till it's vertical, parallel to the floor, and then you breathe out. Hands run down the side of your leg. That's your gallbladder meridian. Breathe in, just relax and feel your body. Now bend your knees, come up slowly, unrolling your spine. So you're there. So we're just going to do a couple of these. Breathe in. Hands crossing. Breathe out. Rubbing liver 14. Breathe in, arch your back. Breathe out, round your back. Stretch your back, hanging loose, just like gravity. Open it up. Breathe in. Bend your knees. Breathe out once again. This is gather the sun. This part's gathering the energy from the heavens. Breathe out, scrubbing liver 14, activating the liver, the kidneys. Breathe in, arch your back. Breathe out, hands run down the gallbladder meridian. Press the earth, breathe in. Breathe out. Come up. We'll do one more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Bend your knees. Breathe out. Okay, so the next one, the next two are actually kind of working on your lower body. We've been working on the upper body, so you want your feet to be, about 2 shoulder widths apart. We'll just practice raising and lowering your body. So you want to be going up and down. You don't have to get really low. What we're trying to do basically is engage the large muscles of our legs. And so we're moving our hips. We're going up and down by moving our hips up and down, as you see from behind me. So you don't want to be doing this when you're going up and down because, see, my hips aren't moving, so we're not doing anything for our lower body. So we're just going to practice that a little bit. You're going to breathe in. Your hands come together and you breathe out. You're just going to drop down. You don't have to drop down a lot, but you basically, you're up, you're reaching, you're stretching, and then you come down. As you come down, you want to go down until at least you feel the calves and the large muscles of your legs. Okay, so breathe in. Breathe out. Now, if you have some ankle problems, you might want to put your, if you can't have your feet straight, you can put your feet at 45, but then you might want to make sure your knees are going 45. Your knees always bend in the direction of your big toe. So if you're here, they're going here if you have them turned, so whichever is more comfortable for you. So you're just going to do 2 more of these. Breathe in. Breathe out. So this is there's actually an important movement because you can use it for a meditation thing about just bringing energy through your body, but the other part is you want to practice engaging a lot of the movements. You're engaging the lower body this way. Okay, so now we're going to do something called pull bow to shoot an arrow. So you come up, breathe in, you're coming down just like before. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your first two fingers and make like a sword, and this is called the hidden sword, and then the thumb comes over and holds the other 2 in place. So you're here, so you're going to come up here, and now you're going to make the hidden sword, and you're going to pull the bow, and then you're going to release the bow. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out. So what you're going to do is first you turn 45, and now you pull. Sorry, I usually aim when I'm doing it. We're going to do it this way today. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, turn toward the corner, breathe in. You don't want your elbow to be down. This is, see, I'm pulling straight across. This is straight. That's opening up our chest and lets us stretch a bit more. Breathe out, let go of the arrow. Breathe in. Breathe out, turn toward the corner. Pull across. Release the arrow. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we're dropping down, we're turning. Actually, when you pull the bow, if you want, you could drop a little more, but you don't have to. You should just basically stay low, but your body, your lower body should be engaged. So you're practicing stretching things out, strengthening your ankles and your lower body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Turn. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Your hands come up. Drop your hips. Turn your body. Pull the bow. So you breathe in, stretch everything. So this is a straight across. So you're stretching everything open, and then you release it. Okay. So that's pull bow to shoot an arrow. The next one is called, we'll just do a few of these. I see we're moving along here. I'm going to try to keep it pretty close to half an hour. That's what I try to do. So this is called cat gazes at the moon. Once again, this one you can actually lean forward when you bend over, because you have your feet about 2 shoulder widths apart and you're putting your hands on your knees. Your lower body is a mountain. So once again, we're trying to turn the waist, so we're wringing and massaging our internal organs, and our hands are here to make sure that our knees don't move. So you want to turn. So you have to drop one shoulder, raise the other shoulder if you can. If you have enough flexibility, don't worry, but if you can't, you want to turn your sternum toward the back wall. And then what you're going to do, so you're going to come down, going to turn, your knees are, your legs don't move, your hands are making sure they can support you, keeping your knees in place. And then you look over your shoulder, you're looking at the moon. Then you're going to so you're going to start in the middle, arch your back, and then you're going to turn your back like you're a cat being pulled up by the nape of its neck. Then you're going to arch your back again, and then as you breathe out, you're going to turn toward one side and look over your shoulder at the moon. You're going to come back to the center, arch your back to breathe in, and then as you breathe out, you're going to turn, look over your shoulder on the other side. So this is breathe in, and then you're going to breathe out, be the cat. Breathe in. Now that you've stretched out, you're going to breathe out, look over your shoulder on one side, dropping your shoulder, so you're turning your waist, massaging those internal organs. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're just going to do one more set of these. These are a little hard the first day. So breathe in. Breathe out. You're a cat. Now that you've stretched out, stretch the other way. Breathe in. Breathe out. Turn. Look over your shoulder. Breathe in. Arch your back in the center again. Breathe out. Turn and look over your shoulder. All right. So this one, your feet are about. The next one is called King Rides Horse with Fiery Eyes. You're the king. You have the fiery eyes, not the horse. So this one is, remember I told you, energy is directed in and out of your body through your eyes. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a fist, and you're going to stack your fists. So they're stacking. So we're going to be turning up and down. And so you should be focused on the middle knuckle. So your eyes are focused there. You're supposed to have tiger eyes, fiery eyes now, so your mentality is focused on that. You're going to turn over and you're going to pull one hand back to your waist. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our hands come out, turn over, and you're going to pull this in. So we're turning over. So this is it. So when we're here, we're at the top. Turn your hand over, and then as you breathe out, you're going to pull this back. What you want to do is have your hand come slightly over the side so that when you're pulling it back to your waist, you're just not doing this. You're, of course, scrubbing liver 14 again, activating the liver. So we're here, hands coming over, and you're dropping down a little bit. You're going to come up, hand turns over, this hand comes in. So you're going to breathe in. You're focusing on that middle knuckle. Keep your eyes there. A lot of intense mental energy going toward that. Okay, so we'll just do a few of these. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So you're going to come up as your hand comes up, turn over. This hand scrubs liver 14, comes back, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so that's King rides horse with fiery eyes. So there's one more left. We're only going to do it for a few minutes because it's very similar to shaking the 9 gates. It's called King Shakes His Body to Disperse 10,000 Diseases, in case you want to know what the name is. So what we're just doing here is, it's very simple. Your body, you're going to lift your body, your heels come off the ground, and then you're just going to drop down. So the idea is you're sending a shock wave through your body. You're pulling everything up, and then you're letting it drop down. That's going to like squeeze, stretch your internal organs, have a little shock wave go through. It's like opening your 9 gates. That's why we instead of doing this, we usually do shake the 9 gates at the beginning. So you're just coming up, breathing in, and then you're dropping down. So you don't have to go really high, but you want to see if you can make a little shock wave go through your body. So breathe in, breathe out. So you breathe in, pull everything up, and then now the other thing you do in this case, we usually breathe in and out through our nose, but actually when you're doing this, we're trying to disperse negative energy. So you can breathe out through your mouth by saying ah. So it's ha, ha, ha. Going to do just 2 more. Breathe in. Ha, ha. All right. So what we're going to do is right now, we're just going to do the same thing. Your feet shoulder width apart. You're just going to put your hands in front of your navel. Going to try to relax your whole body. Just focus on bringing energy to your hands. We're just going to take a few breaths. We'll take 5 breaths. So relax your body. Breathe in. Just put your awareness in your hands. Breathe out. Needless to say, breathe in. You're breathing with your abdomen. Abdomen goes out. Breathe out. Breathe in. So you want to be filling your entire body. So you're breathing like a baby. Babies breathe. Their whole body expands. Breathe out. We'll do one more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, and then we're going to finish up. Put your feet together. We're going to just do a kind of more gentle pulling down the heavens. You're just going to reach up, gather energy. And then as you breathe out, you spiral through your body. So breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then clap. Body mind, because we did something good for our body and our mind. So that's called standing 8 brigades. There's another whole set where you do in a seated position. We'll do that sometimes, but this is easier, and this is, you get a little more stretching because you're using your whole body rather than just the top part of your body. All right, so we're going to have a question and answer if anybody have any questions about this. We have our website, so if you want to go on, that's Quality of Life Now, QOL now.com, and we have this lesson, and it's the lesson right now. We're using YouTube, so the lesson will also go on YouTube if you want to review it. You can also, thank you for coming. It's a free lesson, but we certainly enjoy getting donations. We have actually quite a few expenses associated with this. So we're happy to take any donations if you feel like the lessons are doing you any good. Thank you. And we're going to see if there's any, in a second, if there's any questions. Next week, I guess what I'm going to do is next week, next couple weeks, I'm going to keep doing stretching. What happens, there's a set of movements, but there's like 20 movements called the Tao Yin. It's Taoist yoga, and it is stretching. They can get a little more intense. These are, you can always control. You don't have to, when we're doing something, a big stretch, if you have shoulder problems or back problems, you don't have to do the thing. You want to use it even if your body can't do it, if you're still trying to use it to move the energy and blood around your body, even if you can't get the big stretch, you want to get some movement in your joints and open up your meridians and your vessels in your body. Anything else we should talk about? We'll check to see with Jake here if there's any questions. Are there any questions, Jake?
Suggestions.
Okay, so when I hold my arms above my head, my arms ache. Okay, so of course you need more detail. So are you like, can you hold it above? It might just be muscular, and just because you're not used to exercising. So if you don't have any shoulder problems or anything like that, what you can just do is, rather than like do, if there's no physical problem, you just need to build up your strength. You don't necessarily have to do that by like doing 100 of them, but what you could do is do it, find out when like you can do 3 fine. So maybe, 3 times a day you do 5 of them and then stop. So just enough so you slowly, we don't take care of ourselves over like many years by just kind of ignoring it. And then at some point we feel like, oh, my body hurts, I better start exercising. And then you start exercising, it's like, well, my body hurts even more. But that's just because you're not used to moving. The other possibility is, of course, if you have some kind of problems with your tendons, or you have shoulder or joint points, then what you should do is you can modify the movement. So instead of like reaching up, you can like breathe there, but but in that case, let's say you have a shoulder problem, so you can't do this, but you could still find what your current motion is and do the movement, and that allows your shoulders to get some exercise without damaging them further. And then hopefully what happens is, as you practice more over a period of time, what you can do today is you take a picture of yourself doing the movement. We all have video cameras right there. So you do that, and then you do the movement, say for your shoulders, for 2 months, but not necessarily, maybe 10 minutes a day you do your shoulder movements, or 15 3 5-minute periods, and then take a picture again in 2 months and see if they're getting any better. Okay, I hope that helped. All right, any other questions?
No.
Okay, so that was all the questions. So once again, please go to our site. If you go to our site, please subscribe, and of course you could always leave a donation, but you can also subscribe if you like this video. All these things actually matter on YouTube, so we get like more. They send our they advertise things that they think people like. So if we get a lot of likes and a lot of subscribers, they think, oh, people like this, and so they send this around to more people. So it actually makes a difference when you like and subscribe on YouTube. So please do that if you go. It's free to you, anyway, we appreciate any other patronage you want to give us besides your goodwill. So anyway, we'll see you next week. We'll be doing some movements from the Tao Yin. All right. See you next week. Don't forget to save the chat if there was anything.
Okay.